back to AccuWeather ahead. Thanks for being with us on this Wednesday.
That's right. A group of tourists recently had an exciting weather moment while on vacation. Take a look.
Gosh, y'all, look at that. Wow.
That's beautiful.
Those tornadoes in Jamaica, babe.
That's a water spout.
Weird.
Pretty wild. So the person who captured this says everyone was excited to see the water spout. It formed earlier this week. This is off the coast of Negril in Jamaica. And the photographer said he was thrilled to capture this moment.
Now, AAA says domestic travel bookings for Labor Day weekend are 9% higher. I'm part of that compared to last year. Analysts say that Seattle's this year's top Labor Day weekend destination. Wouldn't have figured that,
Yeah,
Jeff.
I wouldn't have guessed that either.
Yeah. Other places on AAA's list include New York, Boston, Denver, Anchorage, interesting, and Orlando. As far as people heading out of town by car, gas prices are about 36 less expensive right now compared to this time last year.
All right. Well, here's a glimpse at Honolulu, Hawaii this afternoon. Ahead of the National Hurricane Center and other known sources, AccuWeather issued a track and intensity forecast for a tropical rainstorm, which could bring rain and wind impacts to the Hawaiian Islands and lead to an increased risk for wildfires later this week and into next week. Depending on the exact track, our goal is always to help you stay safer and provide you with the most advanced notice so you can make the best decisions for you and your family. And as we get ready to take a look at the next couple of tropical storylines out there, we've got a few concerns. Now, before we fully leave the North Atlantic, I want to briefly show you what's going on in the British Isles. We still have some heavy rain out there moving through Scotland and Ireland, Northern Ireland here. London's kind of basically spared from this one, but that is what's left of Ernesto, still a tropical rainstorm. It has lost its tropical characteristics at this point, but across the west, near California, we're okay, but farther south, we have some issues that we're going to be digging into here in a moment. So overall, as we take a look at the next couple of rounds of active weather here, and we're going to be dealing with, again, some areas of rain for some, but as the satellite loop loads here, look at these storms lined up across the south. If we take this graphic full, you can see that we're dealing with, again, a pretty powerful system in the form of Gilma, now a Category 2 hurricane moving through parts of the Pacific. We're dealing with, again, some big concerns there with that storm staying out to sea, but other areas off to the west are where we're going to see a new tropical rainstorm develop, and that's going to be a big threat here for us into parts of Hawaii. So as we move forward into the weekend, beyond Gilma, we have, again, Gilma staying out to sea, but a new tropical rainstorm developing and strengthening. And that'll become our next named storm into the East Pacific. And that's this blob a little farther to the west of Gilma. So here you can see Gilma with max sustained winds of 105 miles per hour, moving west-northwest at 7. But off to the west, there's another bubble that we're more interested in. And that one is going to be organizing. It's a tropical rainstorm now, not fully classified as a tropical storm. But as this gains more traction and heads west, you can see we do expect this to become a tropical storm. And by Sunday morning, it's going to be closing in on Hilo and the big island of Hawaii, and we're going to have some big impacts tied to that. So here we are with some strong winds as we populate the graphic here with the pink. That's 60 to 80 mile per hour wind gust potential for the big island, and there's also some kind of secondary concerns tied to downsloping winds for parts of Maui County on the west side of the mountains where you're not going to get the rain, but you will get the wind. We've been dry there, so there are some fire danger concerns. We might see some rain there, an inch or two, but the heavier rain, 2 to 4 inches, and even 4 to 8 for the east side of the big island and all the way up the slopes up into the volcanoes there. We're dealing with the moderate risk to lives and property associated with some very heavy rain and some flood concerns. Let's take you now to Sioux Falls, South Dakota, and Damien out this way. We've got some severe weather on the map, at least not terribly far from at least parts of the Dakotas.
That's right, Jeff. We will be seeing the chances of showers, storms, and severe weather across the northern plains here as we head throughout this evening, tonight, and early parts of tomorrow morning. So here's the setup. This is the storm zone here as we head into tonight. It's primarily across the northern plains and on the east side of the Rocky Mountains. And the latest radar loop is showing that over the past 3 hours, we have seen some severe weather, some severe thunderstorms for parts of Nebraska and Colorado. And as of right now, we currently have a severe thunderstorm watch in effect. This goes until 11 o'clock Central Time here this evening, and you see all these counties right here highlighted. So we will see a chance of severe weather here as we head throughout this evening and into tonight. A couple of thunderstorms have already started popping up here out there. The first one I'm going to take a close look at is going to be in Nebraska. We had this severe thunderstorm warning earlier on this storm pushing into Gordon, but as you can see, not a lot of support here as you go track off to the east. So some of these storms are losing intensity, but overall we will still be watching out for some of these storms to develop. There could be some small hail, some strong winds, and some brief heavy downpours of rainfall possible. The Rockies are where we have the best support right now in the atmosphere for some of these thunderstorms. So this is what we're going to be watching from Bonanza down through Hooper, Colorado right there, right around the Rockies. There will be a couple of chances of some isolated downpours. Some flooding rainfall will be possible along with some small hail. So future track radar is showing that as we head into this evening, we're going to see a line from Bismarck all the way down through Denver and east of the Rockies. So this line right there will produce some heavy rainfall, flooding rainfall. But whenever you start to see lines like this, that means strong winds will be the primary risk here as we head into the overnight hours. But by tomorrow morning, 2-3 a.m. we'll start to see the wind intensity come down and the severe threat will start to dissipate as well. And as you're making that drive out to work tomorrow morning here across the central and southern plains, even the northern plains will be mostly clear with a couple of light showers possible here for some parts. So overall, that's what we're going to be watching. And then as we head into tomorrow afternoon, there will be a couple of lingering showers there east of the Rockies, but overall we're going to start to see some sunshine building in, and that's also going to bring some cooler air here as we head into the weekend. We'll have more on that coming up in just a bit, but overall primarily watching out for that severe threat this evening. But looking forward to tomorrow, there will be another chance, 2 storm zones for severe weather across Fargo, North Dakota, and also just to the east of Denver here. This is for tomorrow, so we will be watching out for that risk of severe weather over the next couple of days.